What's going on, everybody? Got myself a good beer here. It looks really a little cloudy, doesn't it? Got my M&M beer glass, and you go in there. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. I got Blue Moon Haze, Hazy Juicy IPA, or Pale Ale. I'm sorry, I'm screwing up, getting ahead of myself. All right, that sucker looks like grape juice, or like orange juice. Look at that. Anyways, I got some things here. Some weird things that I've just been thinking about. And now, when I talk about, what do you call those places? Where a bunch of people sit down, a buffet, they go to like the Golden Corral or something. I think that's a buffet. I don't go to buffets. I went to them like once or twice since I've been married. I don't go to buffets. There are some decent, it's like a trailer park. There are some decent people there. But then again, this is why I don't go. Because you know darn well, them people are going into the, I'm sure there's some nice buffets out there. You know darn well some of the people are going into that bathroom, not washing their hands, coming out and touching the ladles and tongs and everything. And I'm not doing that. No. But that's not the only thing that, kind of made me think. I'm at work. I got a lot of time on my hands. I'm doing some menial stuff. Anyways, now the first thing I want to talk about was that, but sneeze guards. Do you really, I don't want to be visiting any place that has a sneeze guard that I'm going to eat at. Who doesn't turn their head to sneeze, or in their, who's going to sneeze directly at that? I can't. No, I can't. I can't bring myself to go to buffets. I don't know. You might like them. You might think they're great and everything. I know, not me. Woo. And then the sneeze guard is usually pretty high. So if that's there for the adults, where their head level, underneath, what about the kids? There's kids that are probably from the sneeze guard, the bottom of the sneeze guard to the top of the counter, probably sneezing, blowing snot and boogers all in there. I don't want boogers on my cantaloupe. I can't take it. I can't go there. No, I'm sorry. But anyways, that's just really weird. I don't care for them. I mean, it is a good deal and stuff, but no. I think the last time I went to one was a CC's Pizza we had about 5 miles from here, but that was the last time I ever went to one, and I was like, nah, it's all right. But okay, here's another one I'm thinking. Self-parking cars or self-driving cars. Basically, let's do self-parking cars first. If you can't parallel park, maybe you shouldn't be driving. If you can't turn your head around and figure out how to get the car in there. Oh, by the way, Gary's off. He has a day off today. If you can't figure out how to get your car in there, maybe you shouldn't park there. Maybe you shouldn't be driving. Parallel parking should be a mandatory thing. I don't know if they do it anymore, but whenever I see student drivers on the back of the cars, I give them room. I'm not a jerk, and I get up on them and cut them off. And I'm not an idiot like that. Some people do that stuff. Your time's coming for something to happen to you. But sometimes I'll see just one person in a car, and they're the instructor, and they're not doing the laws correctly. They're not using their turn signals to change lanes and whatnot. But anyways, but I got off part. But self-parking and in certain things, like I think my mother-in-law has something that there's a sensor on the wipers that are automatically turned. Do you really have to have something turn the wipers on for you? If it's raining, you can't just twist a knob to turn them things on. I'm sure it's some little addition. It's just something else to go wrong with the car for you to get that fixed. Now, me, if it has it, that's fine. I wouldn't use it. If you can turn it off, I'll turn it off. That's all there is to it. But self-driving cars, why even have a steering wheel? So you can take over. I don't think it. Self-driving cars, it's like an electric bicycle. Maybe doesn't that defeat the whole purpose? Are you that busy that you can't drive? You got to get work done. Most of the people are sitting there, they're sleeping anyways. I don't know. I just think self-driving cars are just dumb. And if you need that stuff, maybe you shouldn't be driving in the first place. That's just me. Anyways, voiceovers in movies. People, you have these celebrities that do voiceovers in movies for like Disney and Pixar and all this stuff. I'm thinking, now, the 5-year-old or the 10-year-old that's wanting to see these movies, they're not caring. They don't even know who this guy is. They don't care who that is. Maybe you could save a little bit of money and just get some yahoo off the street to do the voiceover. You think that 5-year-old cares that Tim Allen did the voice of Buzz Lightyear? No, he didn't. He didn't care. You can get anybody doing a voice like that, and it would have been fine. I think that's just something that, I don't know, I think it's dumb. I think it's more for the adults than it is for the kids, because they don't care. They don't know who the guy is. Yeah. All right, this one really gets me. I don't understand it. You get these trucks, all right? On the back of the bumper, on the corner of the bumper, you'll see that they have a step, like a hole to put your foot in to get into the back of the truck, I guess. Now, the bumper is probably like that tall, and the hole is like right there. You mean to tell me you can't pick your foot up that much higher and put it on top of the bumper to climb in there? Huh? Huh? That just up. If you can't do that, maybe you shouldn't be climbing into you just get a ladder. I don't know. Just another thing they put on trucks that are just, I was like, what are you, a wuss? I don't know. All right, here's another one. I love true crime podcasts. Oh gosh, I can't get enough of them. But there's so many things with podcasts that they don't put episodes out once a week, or they want the Patreon and they stop putting stuff out and they expect you. I'm not paying nothing. I ain't paying nothing like to give up ads or something like that. Netflix, Hulu, man, you gotta be out of your mind. So I just go to the next one. But true crime is about murder. I think I get that from my mom. My mom used to get these, she called them her murder magazines or murder books. She get magazines, true crime magazines and stuff. But it's cool. If you don't know what it is, they talk to the detectives and stuff and what happened about the person who committed the crime, and they go through their history and all the murders that they did in the court and in jail, Yahoo. But anyways, you know what it's about. Why do they put a warning? Warning, this contains violence, and you got to be warning, and it might not be suitable. Well, maybe you shouldn't be listening to it. And another thing with true crime podcasts, it really gets me bugged, is people always, it's a horrible thing to happen to a child, okay? They put a warning in there, child, there's going to be children are going to be hurt in this video, in this audio thing, in this podcast, and they start talking about it. And I heard these two guys one time, they're like, oh, it was really hard for me to get through this. I had to stop because I was crying. I didn't want to cry on the air. I had to stop. Come on. Really? Does it hurt you that much? Maybe you shouldn't be doing the podcast, period. If you can't handle it. But you put these warning, there's sexual violence in nature, and this. Maybe you shouldn't be listening to it at all. I don't know. Okay, here's one. My son tries to do this, and I'm like, I don't care. A lot of people believe in this. Whatever. One trip for groceries. One trip. You got to get it all in one trip. Well, how are you going to carry, 23 bags, 2 cases of beer, a case of pop in one trip? Why do it in one trip? Are you that busy that you can't take 2 trips? How long does a trip take? Oh, I might live on a 15th floor. Well, have someone help you or take 2 trips. You can't be that busy. Everybody lives in a house. It's maybe 40 feet to the kitchen. Walk right in there, put it in there, 30 seconds later go out, grab some more stuff, come right back in. I don't know. Whatever. Oh, okay, all these people, we always hear this crap. Defund the police. Okay, if you're one of these people, here's what they should do. Your name, you don't have to pay for them, all right? You don't have to pay for the police. That's it. Your taxes don't go to the police anymore. You can deduct that off your taxes, whatever it is, like levies and stuff. But if you need the police, they type your name in there. Oh, I'm sorry. You don't pay for it. You wanted us defunded. And I was like, nope, we can't help you. I'm sorry. You're being robbed. You got robbed. You got burglarized. Someone murdered someone in your house. Your house got shot up. I'm sorry. We can't help you because you didn't want us. All of a sudden you want them now, huh? It's like insurance. You hate to pay it, but you gotta have it. Anyways, you can be on a list. Yeah. "911 calls. Now, I don't think I've ever called 911. I don't think I've ever. I know people that call it weekly. And an ambulance come down and pull up in front of their house. I got anxiety attack. I got panic attack. The ambulance shows up. They don't pay for it. Here's that card. Here you. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Hear it again. 911 calls should be $100 per call. I don't care. $100. Because you know what? It goes along like, I have healthcare insurance, and I'm like, I don't know if I should go to the doctor. Because that's going to cost me a little bit. I got a deductible. So you're going to be more apt. You're going to be careful what you go to the hospital for. You get the medical card. Oh yeah, I'll go. Yeah, I stubbed my toe. I stubbed my finger. I got to go to the hospital, emergency room. I'm on a first name basis. Oh, my son sneezed. Let's take him to the hospital. 911 calls, and that's the same thing. Now, if you're one of these people that call 911, oh, they didn't give me all of my McNuggets, or my cheeseburger was cold. If that cost you $100, you probably wouldn't be calling. I'm just saying. You wouldn't be calling. You'd be like, well, maybe it's going to cost me $100. I don't think I'm going to call. And the more times you call, the more expensive it gets, because that's the kind of person you are. It gets up to $500. You probably wouldn't be calling. Now, if somebody gets shot in your house, or someone's choking, or I don't know, had a hard poop, and I was like, prolapse, call 911. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'll pay $100. Okay. Hard poop. Where the hell did that come from? I don't know. It's fun. All right, expensive cars. Now, they tell you, my cars will tell me if my tire pressure is low, and you could see, it'll tell you which the tire pressure is on the darn thing. But, you're spending $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 on these cars, SUVs. Why don't they tell you there's a headlight out? Do they? I don't know. Do they? Does the check engine light thing come on? And then you take it to the AutoZone and they hook it up and say, hey, you need a headlight. Does it tell you the headlight's out? Anybody out there have an expensive car that tells them the headlights out? Like an Escalade or an Excursion or some Lincoln Navigator? Does it tell you your headlights out? I don't know, but it tells you your tires are low. It tells me, but you see people with these expensive cars, their headlights out, and I was like, I can't stand driving around my wife's car being dirty. I'll wash that dang thing. I'll take it to the car wash. We'll wash it. You know, how come someone have an expensive car and not keep it clean? That's like your house. That's the biggest investment you could make. You'd think you would take care of it. You know, this thing takes you back and forth to work so you can make the money to pay your bills to live a better lifestyle. And I'd be fixing that. You know, or they did a big dent in the side of the thing. They claim it on insurance and they take the money and don't fix it. I'd be embarrassed to walk around with my car dented like that. Unless it was a work car, I don't care. Oh, come on, fix it. They run around, they put the donut on there. You got a flat tire, they ride around with that damn thing. You're supposed to go like above 55 or something with that, because that thing blows out. You're up the paddle without a creek? Yeah. Anyways. I think I'm about done here. I'm done. I'm all done. So there, I'm gonna finish this beer and go take a nap. I'm exhausted. Cheers.